Hello. I have opened the Akashic Records, and I was in the middle of just my personal practice, and the masters, teachers, and loved ones shared this wonderful poem with me, and I feel like it changed my life, and this happened maybe 20 minutes ago. So, yeah, I found it to be quite profound, and I would love to share it with you. And just to be clear before we begin, I am not claiming to know the Akashic Records in their entirety. I'm not even claiming that what I share as Akashic transmissions are true, because there's no way to know what's true and what isn't. So as I share this, if it doesn't resonate with you, feel free by all means to just let it go, to stop watching if you don't want to watch this. Don't carry it with you if it doesn't resonate. And if it does resonate, or if you're even unsure, but you're enjoying listening to it, then I hope that it serves you. But either way, do what is most resonant for you, and don't just blindly accept this as the truth unless it deeply resonates with you. If it resonates with you, then by all means, I'm happy to share this, and please take it. And I really do hope it serves you. And if not, yeah, just let it go, and it's okay. Okay. So, yeah, the masters, teachers, and loved ones shared a poem, and it's short. I actually don't feel as though it's complete. No offense. I feel like they gave me a piece of a poem, so I will share with you what they shared with me. I am the lock. I am the key. I am the seeker. I am the path. I am the doer. I am the task. I am the being. I am the stillness. I am everything. I am nothing. I am the wayfinder. I am the way. I am the way. I am. They humbly titled that The Way to Enlightenment. So yeah, I invite you to sit with that if you feel called to. Feel free to listen to it again. When they shared it with me, I said it a few times out loud, and my God, it was powerful to really soak in every word. I feel like each line is so profound if you really sink into it. And of course, on the surface, it sounds just like any random, like, spiritual poem or musing. But sink into it if you feel called to. Because it's a completely different experience if you almost embody the words. It feels so like you feel it. You feel the power of the words if you take a moment to pause and be still and say it with intention. It's powerful. So I wanted to speak about a particular line in this poem. While I think that each line could be discussed at length, I just want to speak about one particular line, and it might not even be like as I was saying it in my mind a few times when they first told it to me, I found myself like coming back to that line, and it surprised me that I was drawn to that line, because it's not like, if I were to read the poem and pick which line is the most profound, that wouldn't be the one that that first came to mind. It would be something else. But the one that I'm talking about is, I am the doer, I am the task. So, yeah, I'll just repeat that one more time. I am the doer, I am the task. So think about that. I am the task. We all know, like, okay, I am the doer. I can get on board with that. Sure, I do things. But I am the task. That just kind of sounds like spiritual mumbo jumbo. Like, okay, what does that mean? So, I am the task. Yeah, what does that even mean? So we'll dive into that a bit. So as I was thinking about it, I realized, okay, I am the doer, I am the task. If you were to speak an example, right? If you were to like just a verbal example of being the doer and being the task, what would that sound like? So we'll use the example of walking, right? So we'll first say, like, we'll put that in the context of I am the doer, immediately followed by the context of I am the task with the example of walking. What would that sound like? I am walking. I am walking. Yeah. I am the doer. I am the task. How else would you phrase that, right? It's I am the doer of the task walking. I am walking. Now, I am the task. I am walking. I am walking itself, right? So, so to expand on that, if you expanded it to give it more context, it's I am the doer, I am the task. I am walking, I am walking. I am the one who is walking, and I am the process of walking itself. Let that sink in, because when they told this to me, right, I wrote it down. I'm reading this example. It is written on my iPad. I am the one who is walking, and I am the process of walking itself. That like blew my whole damn mind. But you have to pause and let it sink in for it to have that effect, because if you don't pause and let it sink in, it will sound absurd and completely trivial. It won't even make sense. It's like, okay. But yeah, think about it. It's that I find that incredible, that if you wanted to articulate the idea that you are the doer, and then if you wanted to articulate the idea that you are the task, they sound the exact same. The words are the exact same. So when you are doing something, you are that something. You are what you are doing. You are what you are doing. And so we'll do another example, and this one we're going to take it to the next level. Okay, we're going to say it 3 times. And just, if nothing else, just appreciate the nuance of the language, right? And it's not even the language. Actually, my mom often says English is such a bland language, right? There's no, right? In other languages, like in Spanish and Hindi and all these other languages, like there's like things have gender, right? So it has like a masculine or feminine quality, and there are so many more words with nuance and like specificity, right? They're so specific. English doesn't necessarily have that. at least the day-to-day English that we use doesn't have that. And so, but yet it is profound what is being shown to us here with this example, right? To say that you're doing something is the same way you say that you are that process itself. I am walking, I am walking. I am sitting, and I am sitting. I am the process of sitting right now. So, yeah, we'll do another example. I am healing. I am healing. I am healing. So we'll dive into that. I am the one who is giving the healing to someone else, right? There's three things. So I am the one that is giving the healing to someone else. That's the first one. I am the healer, right? I am the one who is in the process of healing. I am the one being healed. Okay? I am the process of healing. I am the healing itself. So the thing is, they all sound the same. It is not until you pause and change the way you perceive those words that the meaning changes. So this is an invitation. And these are things we say every day, right? What are you doing? I'm watching TV. What are you doing? I'm on a walk. I'm walking. What are you doing? I'm feeding my kid. What are you doing? I'm eating. What are you doing? I'm getting ready for bed. Right? We ask people that all the day, like all the time, every day. We say that all the time. What are you doing? And then we acknowledge what we're doing. But we don't acknowledge that we are that thing, right? Saying, what are you doing, is the same as saying, what are you? What are you right now? So every time you say what you're doing, let that be an invitation for you to reflect, for you to change the way you perceive those words. So you let it serve as a mirror for who you are, what you are in that moment, because we're changing with every heartbeat. Who you are, what you are, is changing with every heartbeat. Because in no moment, right, in no two moments are you doing the same thing. You're not breathing the same air, right? You're not even, your cells aren't the same. There are cells dying and coming to new life in every moment, in every instant. So it's impossible for you to do the same thing in two different instances, even if those instances are consecutive, right? If we all just like pause right here and try to do the same thing, we couldn't do it if we tried. If you hold your breath, right, you're like, okay, I'll beat it. I won't breathe any air, so then there won't be a difference in the air, but it won't matter because your cells are changing. You're changing. Your heart is experiencing a new heartbeat, a heartbeat that it's never beat before. It is new, right? It's different. The blood is changing. The blood is moving. Everything, there's so many moving parts in your body at any given moment. Even if you feel like you're in complete stillness, the body is still moving. It's in motion, right? The cells that make up, the particles that make up your whole vessel are constantly vibrating. They're not actually, nothing is actually connected. There's like space. If you zoomed in really far, there's space between all the particles that look like they're connected. So you can't do the same thing twice. And my point in saying that is that when what you are doing is what you are in that moment. That's all that you are, is whatever you're doing. And I'll say it again, like I'm trying to put this into different words. I'm repeating myself a lot because my hope is that one of the ways that I say this will click, because it doesn't make sense. It's a confusing thing, and yet it is the most simple concept. You are whatever you're doing. So it's not just that I am sitting right now. It's not just that I am speaking right now. It's that my entire existence right now is the process of speaking. That is all that I am right now, is this process of speaking. It's almost as though every time you do something, right? Every time you do something, every time you take a breath, it's like you're reinventing how to breathe. It's like you're discovering it for the first time because you've never taken a breath that way. In fact, no one on this planet, any animal, any organism, anything on this planet or any other, has ever taken a breath the way that you are taking a breath right now. It has never happened. And it will never happen again. So all that you are right now is whatever you are doing right now. And this is profound for me. And again, I just want to reiterate that I'm not all-knowing. I'm not claiming to be all-knowing. I found this out maybe by this point 30 minutes ago, okay, 40 minutes ago. This is brand new information for me. This is not something that, that I claim to be an expert at. This is just something that came to me, and I just felt called to immediately share it because it was too profound to keep to myself. And that's why I said they shared something with me that I think is going to change my life. And it's only been a few minutes since they shared it, but I know that it will change the way I exist from this point onward, because at any moment now, I understand on a deeper level why people say be present, right? Any spiritual teacher, any teaching, any sacred text, somewhere in there it will say be present, right? If you boil it down, at some point it will say be present. People are always saying that. Be mindful, be present, be present. Why are they saying that? Why are they saying be present? It's because all you are is whatever you're doing right now. Okay? So it's like, that's why you got to be present. That is why they're saying that. And they might not even realize that's why they're saying it. Why does presence matter? Who gives a fuck if you're present? What does it do for you? Why does it matter? Because that's what enlightenment is, right? Enlightenment isn't something that you achieve and then it lasts forever, right? The Buddha, we say he was enlightened at this moment, under this tree, at this time, in this place, whatever. So it's like, what does that mean? So the way that we talk about it is as though you're striving for this one moment where everything changes. And then from that moment on, that's it, you're done, you're enlightened. That's not how it works. Enlightenment exists on a moment-to-moment basis. You can be enlightened right now, even though you were not enlightened a moment ago. You can be enlightened right now, and in the next moment, you can be not enlightened. It's something we are constantly trying to be, right? It's something we are constantly trying to embody. We're trying to embody the vibration of enlightenment in every moment. So I invite you to think about that. Maybe you've been thinking about enlightenment differently. Like, oh, I hope I can become enlightened in this lifetime. The way that you become enlightened is being present right now. Being present right now. If you are present, you can realize that all that you are is whatever you're doing right now. If you understand that you are not only sitting, you are the process of sitting itself. You are the discovery of sitting. You are inventing sitting for the first time ever right now. That's what enlightenment is. And that's why it's really important not to multitask. Because you can't be present. Your mind can't focus on two things at one time. You can do two things at one time. It can appear that you're doing two things simultaneously, right? You can be texting and driving, but what you're actually doing when you're texting and driving is you're driving, then you look and you text, then you drive. You're switching between the tasks, right? And you're quickly switching. So it feels like you're basically doing them at the same time, but if you break it down moment to moment, there's never a moment where your attention is on driving and texting. It can't do it. Your brain can't do it. It's either, so if you like broke it down instant by instant and like saw what your brain is focusing on, it will either be driving or it will be texting. It can't be both at the same time. So to be present, you have to, it's slow. Presence is a slower process. To be present, you need to slow down and you need to be still. That's why people say meditate, because when you're meditating, it's easier to become present when you're doing nothing, when you're just doing one thing, than it is like when you're doing something else, when you're doing multiple things, when you're moving around. So it's like, that's why people that's why they say to meditate, is because you're slowing down and making it as simple as possible to be present right now. That's all meditation is. It's being present right now. So, right, that's why meditation, like when you think of the word meditation, you think of someone sitting down quietly with their eyes closed, right? They're not even looking at anything. They're like trying to let all the external stimuli fall away so that way they can just focus on what is right now, with as little distraction as possible. It's the easiest channel to be present. That's why meditation isn't associated with like tightrope walking in the middle of like a busy highway, right? Meditation is just like, it's arbitrary. We just made up like, oh, meditation is sitting still quietly because that's the easiest way to be present. But meditation is really just being present with whatever you're doing. Any moment can become a meditation if you're present. So that's why it's important not to multitask, so that your brain can slow down enough to focus on what is right now. Because that is what enlightenment is. When you're fully present, right here, right now. And maybe the way that I reframed those words will help you drop into greater presence at any moment. I feel like that's how that will serve me, the ability to reframe what you're doing and to acknowledge that what you're doing is what you are. So at any moment, if you feel scattered, right? If you feel like just like you're not present. If you feel like you're not present at any moment and you would like to be present, all you have to do is ask yourself, what are you doing? Right? I am washing the dishes. I am washing the dishes. I am the process of washing the dishes, right? It's not just that's what I'm doing, that's what I am. It's like you're inventing the way of washing the dishes for the first time. You are the process of washing the dishes. All like your existence in this moment Your entire existence in this moment is whatever you're doing, because it can't be more than one thing at a time. And if you're aware of what your existence is, that's enlightenment. That's being present. That's understanding who you are, being in tune with who you are, what you are. You aren't just the doer, you are the task. I really hope that made sense. Because I know it has a very high potential to sound like I'm just super high right now, which I'm not. But it sounds that way because that's what it feels like, I guess, when it clicks. Like, right? This is the first time I'm realizing this, and it feels profound. And maybe you already know this, and if you do, I bow to you. And if you don't already know this, I bow to you too. But I hope that this could serve you, because I feel like it will serve me. This is what the masters, teachers, and loved ones shared with me today. And I feel like I experienced what I was doing in a completely new way for the first time. Like, I experienced sitting in a way that I've never experienced it before. I was able to be more present because of that line, I am the doer, I am the task. So just play with that idea, like I am sitting and I am sitting. I am the process of sitting. Play with that, let it sink in, let it go if you don't like it. Do what you may. But yeah, I hope it serves. I hope you can invite greater presence into your life. And thank you for listening if you made it all the way to the end. May you have a beautiful day. Namaste.